Hey everybody, welcome back to Testimony Tuesday. So, real quick, I just want to give you a short background. So, I grew up in a Christian home, and shout out to my mom and dad for everything that you guys have taught me and my brothers. Thank you for telling us about God. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you guys have made and your commitment to God and to each other and your faithfulness. So, I grew up in a Christian home, but I didn't really truly start walking by faith until 2016. So this testimony is from 2018, but real quick, I want to tell you that in 2016, I moved out to the East Coast and I had to believe God for housing by faith with the job or the assignment that God had for me, right? So I was there for a year and then I came back to the Midwest in like fall of 2017. When I came back, I was living with my parents. Now, I had been with them for a few months and they had been talking about moving, and so they were asking me, Faith, are you going to go with us when we move? And I prayed about it, and I didn't know why, but I knew in my heart that I wasn't supposed to go with them, but I didn't know where I was going to go. And so the one day I felt like God was saying to meditate on Mark chapter 10, verses 29 and 30. And roughly, you can look it up, but it says that Jesus says, I assure you that anyone that has left house, brother, sister, mother, father, children, and or land for my sake and for the good news will receive now in return 100 times as many mothers, fathers, houses, children, land, along with persecution, and in the world to come they will have eternal life. So basically, to me, what that means is like when God is calling you out to step out and go somewhere different and you obey, God is going to reward you and give you blessings for being obedient to him. But there is also going to be persecution. There might be comments said to you, people don't understand, and they're going to judge you, right? Okay, so 2 weeks before my parents were gonna officially move, and I still wasn't sure where I was gonna go. And I went to church the one day, and someone came up to me after the service and said, Hey, Faith, why don't you come live with us? And it caught me off guard. I was like, huh? And so I prayed about it. I found out some more information, and lo and behold, that was the door where God opened up for me. And honestly, I was like, okay, this doesn't really make sense, but this is the door that God is opening. I'm going to walk through it, right? So, just because we don't understand sometimes the doors that God opens, or maybe it's not the door that, we wanted to open, God is faithful and He always provides, and He's always preparing us for something. What I realized, what I went through in 2016 when I had to believe God for housing in a different state, that was preparing me for 2 years later, which I didn't know that I was going to have to believe him to live somewhere else. So God is faithful. Always remember that. And it's one thing to talk the talk, but it's another thing to not only talk the talk, but also walk the walk. And God doesn't just want us to be hearers of the word, but He wants us to be doers. He wants us to walk by faith and trust Him. So remember to keep walking by faith and not by sight. Have a great day.